All right. So, in the afterglow of the end of Andor, we're going to be talking about our favorite characters. And in this installment,
One of my favorites. Oh yeah, Dedra Miro,
I liked her
man.
too
Dedra Miro,
because she's cold-blooded.
Denise Gow. She did such a good job with that.
Yeah.
Playing it. She was so good. She was so hateable.
Oh, easily.
And
Instantly dislikable.
that's not easy to do for an actor. Nobody wants to be the one that nobody likes. But it's your job, and when you do it really well, at least I'm impressed because I bet she's cool as shit in person, but that character was like,
she was
hateable, man.
She was a goddamn stone.
She was the one you loved to hate, and Cyril just loved her. Oh my god! And ended up paying the ultimate price, right?
Which part? The fact that he believed whatever she said, or the fact that he died?
That he died for it like that
because he was too stupid to figure out what was actually going on.
Well, I wouldn't say stupid because he was smart enough to figure it out in the end.
Well, that's as the laser bolts are flying through the air.
But it's hard to see when you're in something like that, So no, really? I buy that he would. He with the information they were feeding him and
as a company man,
self-importance that he had through
there you go. Yeah,
that he was the one that was
he's doing the right thing,
being used to do this.
He's helping.
Yes, he's being of service to the Empire.
He's on the right side of history.
That's all he wanted, was to be of service to the Empire,
right?
And of service to Dedra.
But he's on the right side of history.
So he thought.
Yeah. Well, they all think that, don't they?
Realize he was
what
not.
The actual fuck, yeah.
Right. And
then it doesn't.
That was a great turnaround for him too.
And it doesn't come to her till. Do you think when Krennic puts his finger on the top of her head, or when she's in the prison? When do you think that hit for her?
I think it hit when the finger was on her head. She knew. Right. You could see it in her, and and she didn't speak. She didn't say a word, but that her body language told it all, man.
Now, and I want to talk because we're going to talk about this through many of them. But what is they act like the Death Star plans or the secrets or knowing about it or blah 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 is such a top secret thing. Yet apparently every motherfucker knew about it, including her.
Yeah.
So it couldn't be that big of a secret. Or was it used as a template to get rid of people that were undesirable?
That and she was handpicked by Krennic to be on that team. She was the one who gave him the suggestion to use the Gorman rebels to justify the massacre.
Yeah,
and then she got fucked in the end. And her idea, man.
I'm asking questions.
Me too.
Fucking.
She's the one who got so much of that in motion.
She got all of it in motion, really.
And she had Cyril.
Yeah.
This plant in there that was not an Imperial. He was part of the Department of Standards. Which was not like an Imperial military organization.
No.
And so they were able to assign him to the field office for the department.
Yes.
And that was a perfect cover for him.
Which he shouldn't have even been there.
She provided.
But he shouldn't have been there.
No, but she provided it.
Yeah.
This outsider, whatever, Cyril to be, the tool in the in all of it
to make it believable.
And
again, this is why I don't buy the whole thing of we're doing it just to fuck. It's way too overly complicated.
Yeah, but he was there to report on the Gorman front.
Yeah,
because they wanted to know more about him and whether or not they could agitate him enough to stage the uprising.
Yeah.
Right? And no, and if it wasn't for Dedra, none of that, they wouldn't have had any of that.
So.
And then, in the end, they wanted to scapegoat her, label her as a spy for the Alliance.
I don't think it was scapegoating. I think it was cleaning house. I think it was just that She looked at the wrong information.
Yep.
She didn't report it. She wasn't being a good boy.
And she obtained it through
extra legal means or
unofficial means.
Yes.
Yeah, or unorthodox means.
Yes.
Unauthorized. And
so is this trying to teach everybody that you should always follow the rules and you won't end up in prison?
I'm
just saying.
Yeah. That could be a takeaway from it. another takeaway from it could be that, you know,
fuck the system completely and don't even play.
Careful with, you know, like what you're doing in that setting, because you could just shoot yourself in the foot.
But I can't.
In the end, it could all have been for nothing, which it
ended up being for nothing.
Ended up being for her, yes.
Well, for all of them, because they blew up the first Death Star.
Yeah.
They blew up the second Death Star. Yeah. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I still can't believe that these Imperials are that fucking stupid. And from the top on down, that
they're not.
No. Wait. Just that like they're all backbiting and ready to cut anybody's throat for, you know,
a
micrometer ahead in the gig.
Right.
And then they get the surprised look when shit happens to them.
Very much like the Imperial setting of the Mirror Universe in Star Trek.
Yeah.
You know, they move forward in rank by assassinating the guy that they want to take their job.
Yeah, but that's a whole other thing we got to talk about, because that is not the Roman Empire. Just
no.
Right, anyway, yeah.
But it's especially like when you get into the upper, higher ranking, higher clearances, it's backstabbing 101, man. You know,
but how do you keep it? How do you keep
an organization? How do you keep it together when
that's what's going on?
Kind of infighting going on
all the time.
Yes, which is very much like what happened to the Sith Order back in the day.
Yeah,
they were constantly
fighting.
They were fighting amongst each other in their little power plays that threatened their own order. That it was being brought down from the inside, and the one guy, Darth Bane, I guess it was, saw what was happening, took his apprentice and went and hid,
which was Revan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
the rule of two.
Just let the whole order go down, but they preserved it because they went and hid from it because he saw what was happening. And it, like the Empire, even if it would have lasted much longer than it did, probably would have
collapsed in on itself.
Same reasons. Yes.
So that's also why I can't see how anything in the 5 years after Return of the Jedi, in this baloney verse that he's trying to create, that he stole from Favreau.
Yes. And from all the authors of the Expanded Universe novels.
Yes. That
his own especially.
That anything would work to begin with.
Right.
And then it would eventually work and grow into the First Order or whatever the fuck. No.
Because in the Zahn books, Thrawn's whole thing was that the tragic flaw in the Empire was that the Emperor was who he was.
Yeah.
That he was the Sith Lord that he was. The Force user that he was.
Yeah.
And he felt that if just a normie, non-Force sensitive individual was the Emperor, it would have been stronger. They wouldn't have been prone to his whims as much.
Yeah.
And he wanted to put Master C'baoth into the picture as a servant to his new empire, and he wanted to be the Emperor.
Yeah.
Thrawn did. But and of course, C'baoth, they were button heads because C'baoth wanted to be the new Emperor and take Palpatine's place. But he was unknowingly a clone.
Yes.
He wasn't the original Master C'baoth. He was a clone, and he suffered from clone psychosis and was insane. It was killer, man. It was killer.
So, Dedra deserved her fate. I think she deserved worse. And in those dark corners in her mind, does she get worse because of what she did to her? The only person that gave a fuck about her in her whole life.
And really, I mean, the only person she genuinely gave a fuck about in her way as much as she could.
Yeah.
I mean, it really.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
It really fucked her up. What happened to Cyril?
Yeah.
And it should have.
Yeah.
It really.
Well,
it should have any just humanity in her at all. That should have fucked her up.
She should have quit.
Yes.
So she didn't have any humanity. The last dying embers on the floor. It's just that she threw herself into her work, and this is the result.
Yeah, and well, what else was she going to do? if she walked away from what would she have to go to from there?
Right? Go be a rebel. Fuck.
A disgraced ISP supervisor. You know, I'm just saying. How hireable is that, right?
Yeah. Maybe Uncle Harlow could help.
Hey, maybe Uncle Harlow. Calling another family favorite.
Right?
Oh my God.
Tell us what you think. Like, share, subscribe.